What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Backstage Business. Yeah, do not adjust your screen. I'm back running the things, man. We need to kick villain out. Looks like my man's on vacation, man. I'm back holding the things down, man. But thank you for coming and kicking it with us, man. I'm your host, Aaron Sirius Simmons. This is The View from on top, man. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with us. I do appreciate that. You guys know how I get down, man. If you see the show, share the show. We're all over the place, man. We on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Spotify, TikTok. We on Reddit. We doing big things in that places. Definitely want to take everybody along for the journey. Tonight's show is being brought to you by the good folks at Pro Meat, man. Use our exclusive code Executives 2026 and get 50% off your purchase, man. That's everything from bed sheets to pillowcases to anything in between, man. Use our exclusive code Executives 2026 to get 50% off, man. As I said, villains out the building, but I got the three-man weave doing big things, man. The queen herself's in the building. Miss Stacy, how we doing, ma'am?
I mean, what up, fam? I had to pull my life together, keep myself from crying for like 10 seconds to be able to do this, y'all. We got Unreal is wrecking me today. I was like, I got to pull myself together so we could talk about it.
Jeez. I got through it last night, and let's just say I'm an emotional dude regardless. Yeah, this joint is no joke, man. Corey, who said he's not so controversial, that's a bunch of lies, man. What's up, Corey? How we doing, sir?
When you betting like 95% and you 95% of the time you right, you can't. It's not really controversial.
Really not,
it's just truth. Y'all just outside of Stacy, you and Villain need to just listen.
See, you know, we're not doing this on tonight. You know what I'm saying? I'm pushing the buttons. I'm not doing this on tonight, man. I'm not doing this.
You don't want to kick the truth teller out.
He gone already. See, I mean, we were on the show for 3 minutes, man. He already gone, man. The trigger finger itching tonight, man. I mean, emotional dude. I told y'all. Anywho, I wanted to talk a little bit about Unreal for a second, man. I don't think we need to spend a lot of time here, but there are some things that were brought to light that a couple people here in the building has been preaching about for a significant period of time. Stace, talk to me, man. Where's your head at?
Look, it was episode 1 or 2. It was towards the beginning. Spoiler alert for anybody that hasn't seen it. You know, hit me mute, and then I'll put my hands up like this when I'm done talking. Punk is talking about his title run last year in Salt Lake City. And, you know, the fight that's about to have. And the reality is he says at the beginning of his conversation talking about fighting that night, he says, because the people here in this arena, the majority of them, this will be the last time they see me fight. So they go through the whole thing. This is probably the last time they'll see me fight. So I typed it in my phone. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe he said that. And then they go through it and they talk about the match and how it went down and everything. And then at the end, he said it again. He said, you know, I had to give it my all because this is my last amount of time, right? I'm almost out of time, whatever. And I was like, we're getting nuggets. This is no different than everything that happened last year with AJ Styles, right? We were here as a team and I, after the Cena Styles fight, we were like, that felt like a swan song for both, right? It really felt like for both of them. And we started talking about that. And that's when, you know, y'all know I've been saying this for a long time because I keep up on everybody, how old everybody is, right? How old we get and the fact we're losing people. And to see him say that and be so raw, you could tell, I mean, the whole thing is about raw emotions. Like I said, I cried through all 5 episodes. I know that we are all, you know, deep in it. Like it is the best season we've had so far. It is so well done. And to see him be raw and honest, but say his time is near. Yeah. And just the interaction with him and AJ, you could tell she even said that. She said she's not going to be here very long. So, you know, they had a life-changing happening this year, right? They lost Larry and y'all know and for them, you know, to be able to finally be on the road together and do this together, and then they lose their baby. I'm sure that there are things that they're like, you know, maybe this is things time. That are bigger than this right now. Yeah. You know, he said he got to do everything he wanted to do by having his family on the road with them. everything he got to do. And let's talk about the fact that he had one belt last year. He has the other belt this year.
Mm-hmm.
He is headlined WrestleMania. He is headlining SummerSlam.
What is there left for him to do, right?
What is there left for him to do?
Yeah.
What does he need to do at this point? In a year, in the span of a year, he's held both belts.
Mm-hmm.
Who else has done that recently besides Roman?
That's it.
That's it. Why would we do that? And why did Roman go so hard on right?
Well, that's definitely the story they told in the match. Punk So it's definitely there.
I mean, I don't think we need to dig deeper than that, because we understand that Father Time waits for no man. Yep. And we've sat here and talked about how the young guys coming up are tapping these old heads on the shoulder. I'm like, listen, my time is here. You go in and go out the pasture. So the fact that Phil was very, very raw, very, very open, very, very vulnerable about some of these guys, this is the last time they ever see me perform in this arena. I liken it back to or sports show, and I'm a huge basketball guy. Jordan would say the same thing. Kobe would say the same thing. TB12 would say the same thing. Like for some of these fans, this is their only time to see me in this arena. This is the only time for me to put on a show. So I can't have an off day. I can't not come to play because this may be someone's last opportunity to see me. So I took it from that standpoint, but to come full circle, Stace, I mean, we've been talking about it for a while. Especially as it pertains to Punk and Roman and Cody and Seth and some of these
Randy
old heads.
and
exactly. You know what I'm saying? They're on their last of the last. I mean, we got Goldberg back for an off match, which I thought was dumb, but I remember watching Goldberg and JBL and Ric Flair and Triple H and these guys. I'm like, yo, these guys they're almost done, and I didn't want to see them in. Like, again, I'm a Cena fan. Like, I got emotional as heck last December when it was his time, and then watching Unreal and everything, and I was like, yo, I'm not ready for this. I'm not. I wasn't, and watching everything again. I'm not going to spoil it all for Corey and whatnot, and others who haven't seen it. But just Father Time waits for no man. So to your point, Stacey, he could have been dropping nuggets. He really could have. I mean, you and I talked offline about it earlier today. Like he could have been dropping nuggets, but I think on a much bigger scale, the future is no longer the future, is the present. Oba Femi is here. Javon Evans is here. Ethan Page is here.
Williams, they highlighted him in a big way.
They did, and they're going to continue to do so because, again, the future is now. And again, it reminds me, and Corey, I'll let you go here in a minute. Why that last Saturday Night's Main event was so pivotal, because literally, if you listen to what John Cena said, and you watch it, like it literally just came full circle because he got his opportunity in a very similar fashion. A no-namer coming up, trying to make a name for himself, and this, that, and the third, stepping in the ring with Kurt Angle at the time. And now you got Javon Evans coming up on his last hoorah, Oba Femi coming up in his last hoorah, like Sol Ruka coming up in his last hoorah. Like these are people that have been earmarked as the heir apparent to CM Punk, the heir apparent to Bayley and Becky Lynch, the heir apparent to Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. Like it was poetry, man. I loved every second of it. Corey, talk to me, man. Where's your head at?
Well, I'm not that far in the show, but when you're talking about these guys leaving and you saying the future is now, I kind of disagree. And I only disagree because you name one name that actually is doing something. Trick Williams has a title, but he ain't doing nothing. Oba Femi's
relevant? Is he relevant on SmackDown? Yes or no?
I couldn't, dog. You got to tell me. I couldn't tell you. I don't even know.
Do you know who Trick Williams is?
I don't even know if SmackDown's relevant, dog.
Well, I mean, we can say though he's been represented pretty consistently on PLE since Royal Rumble.
Yeah,
he's been on almost every single PLE the entire year.
Do y'all care about Trick more now than y'all did when he first won the title, or do y'all care about him less?
That's about the same for me.
I mean, I care about it more, but that's just because I love his wife. I can
do without your loyalty. Like, I mean, that whole gimmick has run its course for me. But Trick Williams, the wrestler,
it's not. But we talk about this all the time. It's not just about the wrestler. The wrestler.
The promo. I mean,
no, he got everything. That's not what I'm saying. Trick
what your point
has everything. My point is, Trick is stuck. Trick is in a spot where he is stuck right now. He's facing Baron Corbin, dog. Yeah. That's his big feud. Baron Corbin. You're on a show with Punk, not Roman, Punk, Cody. You're supposed to be the future, and you're stuck dealing with Baron Corbin. Now I understand people was excited to see him, but out of all the future stars that you're talking about, Braun Breaker is stuck. Trick Williams is stuck. Sol Ruka's starting. Sol Ruka's good. She stopped her little mishaps and she's gotten better since she first came into the main roster. She got a title.
Roxanne stuck.
Roxanne stuck. All these people are stuck outside of, you could say, Sol and Oba. And quiet as kept, Roman told Ocho Cinco and them that Oba's not ready.
Yep. He was.
That's not a WWE. That's not a WWE. That was not a WWE interview. That's not something he had to say. Mm-hmm. He had a point.
He said, "I'm not doing it." He's like, "I'm not doing it. He's not ready. I'm not bringing him up."
So whether he's working, which Roman is always working, he's always working. So you really can't tell. But he went out his way to make sure you knew that Oba ain't ready yet.
Yeah. Well, and if you think about it, you're right. They're feeding him Baron Corbin. Why aren't we getting? When we talked about this at length this week, y'all know that we had talked a ton about mid cards together, and it's so funny because we need to just we're getting beef like that. We just need to get on a live and just throw it out for everybody to see because we were cooking,
really
right?
should, we
should just say, "Hey, anybody got a half an hour? Let's get on and go." Because the reality is you go to the mid cards to die at this point because they're not even developing mid cards. So we have what could be, and I would be thinking differently if we weren't going into SummerSlam. Like if it was a baby PLE or a medium PLE, Corbin, Trick Williams, fine, no big deal. We could be going into SummerSlam with Mellow Trick.
We still might get that
triple threat
joint.
Okay, but my thing is though.
But why?
But my thing is with Trick. This is why I say Trick is stuck. The conversation we had. Trick's had the mid card title. So when he drops it, in theory, you would want to elevate him to the main event level. If Trick dropped that title to Baron Corbin or Carmelo, do either one of y'all see him going and winning the world championship anytime soon?
Because he'll do the same thing that they've done with Ilya Dragunov. The same thing we've done with Carmelo Hayes. Same thing. They'll do the same thing. They're going to drop him in that no zone on SmackDown where everybody goes. You just hang out.
But again, I mean, I think the issue that I said this in the conversation we had Monday, and I'm going to reiterate that here. It's not so much that they can't go. Creative is not positioning them in which to go.
Agreed.
Yeah. You feel
we
me?
We all agree on that.
And
yeah,
so
that's 100%.
I guess my retort to that is not the fact that Trick Williams is stuck. It's not the fact that Braun Breaker is stuck. It's not the fact that those superstars that you mentioned are stuck. They have the talent and the ability to put on bangers because we have seen it. We've seen it. Like in Trick Williams' case, Trick Williams went toe-to-toe with both Oba and Javon NXT. We saw it. Roxanne Perez went toe-to-toe with JC Jane, Sol Ruka, hell, Bailey. We saw it. You feel me? And so the fact that they could get put in these dead zones, if you will, is not because of them. It's because of them.
Well, but that's why we're
being
stuck. Because when you get stuck, you're put someplace you don't want to get. You don't want to be. You didn't put yourself there. I would say stuck is the right word because they don't want to be in that spot. They don't want to be in a position where they're in the dead zone. They're doing everything they can to be elevated. Like Trick is using all of his socials. Trick when he has and you know, Hunter said it in today. He said, you know, it's the things you do in between the moves that matter, not just the moves themselves.
Right.
Trick capitalizes on every single moment he has. So every minute they're giving him, he's capitalized on it. But you know, we talked about Jordan Grace this week. And, you know, this could catalyst into the fact that we've got cuts coming in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
This show in 2 weeks, we will be talking about everybody that got cut after SummerSlam. Because we always know by the Wednesday after SummerSlam, the next round of cuts. We already know Bailey's gone.
I hope not.
We already know Sheamus is gone.
Yeah.
Those are 2 icons, and they're out. So you got to think about people that maybe they're in limbo and they're getting storylines now. But if I were Trick Williams, if I were anybody that y'all listed, I'd be like, what can I do to get more time between now and WrestleMania? Because we're about to do the same thing and have cuts after WrestleMania. Like but they're stuck because if they don't give them matches, how do you get time if you don't get matches? If you're not in a relevant storyline, how do you get matches?
Well, I mean, I can't necessarily say that because Kairi Sane was in a relevant storyline and she got cut.
Exactly. If we don't see a future for you, we don't need to keep you. They made that really clear. I mean, we had Jordan Grace a ton, and they released it a week ago that they don't have anything for her in the future.
They have anything for her to do.
So I expect to see her name in 2 weeks, and she's outstanding.
I don't get it.
So we are in a spot now that they have, it's the saying, a wealth of riches.
Mm-hmm.
They have too much of a good thing that they just don't care. They're like, if I can't develop it enough.
But they really don't. Because we just talked about
that's the point.
We just talked about the women's division all for like what, hours yesterday?
Yep.
They don't have the wealth of riches that they think they did, because if they did, we wouldn't be in the position we are. Liv about to defend her title for the first time since WrestleMania.
Yep.
Like, what are we doing? You got all these women, you're not using them. You got women at home that are superstars, you're not using them. Like, I don't know what we're doing.
Corey, we didn't have any women's matches or major promos except for during commercials on Monday Night's Raw. The only women that were highlighted on Monday Night's Raw were Liv and the Judgment Day girls for less than 5 minutes. That was an entire show.
I didn't even see the Ruka promo. Somebody sent it to me.
It was on a commercial.
It
was on commercial. So literally, and I saw the stats. I think they said women were highlighted on a 2-hour, 40-minute show Monday night, less than 7 minutes. And they weren't even in a match. And they weren't even talking. They came down to the ring and had shenanigans. And that was it. And we're 2 weeks away from SummerSlam. And that's what the women were given. This weekend last year, we had Evolution.
Yeah.
And we didn't even get 5 minutes this year.
You talking about what the women did on Raw, and it's fair, but Monday Night Raw was the worst it's been all year on Monday. And we're 2 weeks away from SummerSlam. So it ain't just the women.
The worst Raw
the show was
on Netflix.
Yeah, the show was garbage. Like if you're watching us right now, there's a reason we're talking about everything but Raw. It was trash.
Like,
how bad it was.
Yeah, we normally are on Raw going crazy about Raw, and Raw was terrible.
The worst. It was the worst since we've been on Raw on Netflix. And it's we have one more Raw before SummerSlam, the second biggest PLE of the year, and that's the product they gave us. There's a problem.
Yeah.
There's a reason why ticket sales is down. It's prices, but it's also stuff like this. We 2 weeks away You got a stacked card. Like the card so far, what's on it? The card is stacked.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now.
I think it should be a one-night event, but it's a stacked card. And that's what you gave us on Monday. Like,
yes.
You didn't further anything. Like you gave us LA Knight, boring.
I think they furthered the 6-man, but that's about it.
Yeah.
That's about it.
I don't think they even furthered that. I think they pretty much showed us, and me and Stacey was talking about it. They planting seeds like they small. Solo was gonna do what we thought Solo was gonna do.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's 100%. Right there.
He's gonna turn and he's going bloodline at SummerSlam.
He's going home.
He's going SummerSlam. Yeah. So it's unfortunate that and they're teasing again. I know you guys saw it this week. They're talking about bringing Pat McAfee again. Yeah. And also coincides with the fact that they just cut off a third of their workforce, including almost every major face on ESPN, and they're about to renegotiate a bigger deal for Pat McAfee.
He getting $60 million. They cut all them people to make room for his contract. He don't need the WWE.
He does not.
No, you don't.
But that's the difference, is that he doesn't need the WWE, but he's the only person on ESPN that transcends everything ESPN that has their hands in. Yeah. You need Pat anywhere. He's touching every single spot. And he's the only one. He's the only one. So they're talking about bringing him back now for some capacity for SummerSlam.
That doesn't move the needle. Like him, he doesn't move the needle. Jelly Roll don't move the needle. The play you ran with all these stars before WrestleMania, because WrestleMania was a disaster.
It was a disaster, yeah.
But what you were doing before with Jelly Roll last year at SummerSlam, getting into shape and wrestling and all that was played already. You can't play it again. Yep. It's not going to move the needle. Nobody cares.
Well, and y'all saw the whole Pat McAfee, or I'm sorry, Logan Paul, Tom Brady smack.
Yeah,
I saw about that.
Now he's in negotiations for that.
Please don't do that.
I love it for Tom Brady because for so long he had to fit in a box, right? He is so dogmatic in how he handled his football business that there was no time for him to do other stuff. So I'm not mad about him going, okay, I want to do some stupid stuff, right? And he's been doing some fun stuff with Gronk. I don't need him at SummerSlam.
No, you're gonna get him in Mania. You're gonna get him in Mania.
You're right, because Logan Paul's still hurt. So it's not like you're gonna see a whole lot. But yeah, they're in negotiations. They'll see him somewhere soon.
But my issue with that is it's a waste of time for Logan. Logan has elevated himself to when Logan first started, you couldn't see this, but right now with Logan Paul, when he's healthy and he's in the, you could see Logan holding one of those titles. Like you just can't.
He can work.
Yeah. So you're gonna put him in there with Tom Brady?
Yeah, but okay, and I'm gonna go back to something you've said consistently that I'm gonna reiterate my agreement with you. He's stuck in no zone too. Because he's back with the Vision. He's with the Vision right now. And I mean, you'll see this on Unreal. Spoiler alert, they really talk about how the Vision fell apart. So now he's hurt. And now the only person in the Vision that's not been hurt yet is Austin Theory. Everybody else is hurt.
But the thing with the difference is, and you're right, they are stuck in no man's land. But the difference is Logan Paul has the personality to get out of it.
And the following.
Yeah, the others don't.
Right. Because Logan there are so many people that follow him that maybe don't necessarily follow wrestling, but they're going to do whatever he wants them to do.
But the thing is, like, so if Logan Paul were to break out of the Vision, that would turn him into a face. We don't want Logan Paul.
There's nothing.
Can turn him into a face.
There's nothing. Yeah, there's nothing Logan Paul.
How would you break Logan Paul out of the Vision then?
I'm not saying break him out the Vision. What I'm saying is his following is so big that his personality can get him out of no man's land. He can go out there with whatever creative gives him and turn it into gold because that's just who Logan Paul is.
But I don't think that you break him out of the Vision. I think the Vision's falling apart. I think that there's not like Paul Heyman's done. Like he's like, this is stupid, right? And if Paul Heyman, the Oracle, is like,
I think that
I'm not staying here. You know,
I think that only lasts until Braun get back, because I'm not so far in Unreal, but I am where the Seth got hurt, and they're talking about, well, we'll let these two take over, and when those two were back and healthy, I think that's your vision. Just those two and Paul Heyman. You don't need Theory. I think Theory and Maxine are good together on screen. Like, they can go off and do their own thing. Theory don't need division. Maxine don't need division. Division don't need them. Just make it Braun and Bronson, because the talk months ago was they were going to add to the division multiple people, and I'm glad they haven't done that. But just get Austin Theory out. Even if you kept Logan Paul with him, just get rid of Theory and Maxine and let them go do their own thing.
the only thing that sucks for them if they do that is when you're in the vision, you get TV time. It's guaranteed. Just like the bloodline. You're in the bloodline, you're guaranteed TV time. Right now, there's no, and Judgment Day, bloodline
and
vision, which coincidentally are all on the Raw right now. Those are the only three factions that you're guaranteed to get TV time every week, because those are the only three factions we saw on Monday.
They're the biggest.
So if Theory gets out of vision, if I were him, I'd be worried. Coincidentally, and on a sidetrack, I wouldn't be surprised if Waller's not on the list in 2 weeks, which will break my heart, but not be shocking. And the Creed brothers, because we haven't seen him.
You know what wouldn't be shocking to me? If Austin Theory was on that list.
I know.
I see, that would be shocking to me, because they invested a little bit too much into bringing him a part of the vision, and he's doing work. I mean, they gave him a girlfriend. Yep,
they gave him a girlfriend, unless they get rid of the girlfriend too. But I like if I were Austin Theory, I'd be like, please don't. We'll be comic relief for the two making out in the back. Let us be those people, because at this point, if I were him, he's got more TV time since he's been in the vision than he has the last 3 years.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to last much longer, because I think everybody is starting to see that the division is a waste of TV time.
I mean, we saw it. We saw it after what? Seth got hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah. And oh my goodness, I speaking of injuries in the division, I said this to Stacy because she hadn't got there yet. I seen it on Instagram. I haven't got there yet. Braun got hurt yelling, bro.
Yes,
yelling.
He got hurt screaming.
That group is cursed. And I saw that they're going to talk about that amongst each other.
Bronson Reed says it. He says the vision is cursed.
Yep. Yeah. And it's all Seth's fault.
We thought it was him flipping the table. No, this man was yelling during a promo and messed up his whole hernia joint.
Yep.
After he did all sorts of other stuff.
Yeah, he did all that stuff first.
He did all of it, and then he's yelling, and he's like, ugh.
I still think they fumbled when they didn't make him the champion right after Seth got hurt. You could have eventually got it to Punk like you wanted. I think they fumbled though. Braun should have held that title.
Well, I said this in the chat, y'all, and I'd forgotten about it until I saw it in Unreal. I'd forgotten, and I know they did it intentionally, that the Masked Man took Braun Breaker out essentially at the beginning of Royal Rumble before he got in the match. So he went and stumbled, and Oba took him right out. So we haven't even gotten that yet.
Who came up with that bright idea?
That was probably Seth or Heyman. That was probably Heyman.
No. Wasn't it Michael Hayes? They came up with that stupid ass idea of eliminating Braun first.
I can't remember if it was his idea. I think we did read that it was his idea to get him out quickly because we were like, what the heck?
Because it was stupid. Any stupid idea that happened, my point is Michael Hayes probably had something to do with it.
Michael Hayes,
right. Wait till you finish Unreal.
I already know.
I can't.
My man's gonna be like, emergency cell right now.
Yeah, that's right. I can't, like, the man, I don't understand. Like, I was seeing today, somebody was like, I don't understand all the Michael Hayes hate. He's been a loyal employee. I don't care if you've been a loyal employee. If you suck and put out bad stuff, I don't care how loyal you've been. You're getting paid to make bad decisions.
The dude is stuck in the 70s, man.
Paid to make bad decisions.
Yeah, he's an old school guy for sure. We do got to spend a little bit of time talking about Raw and SmackDown. like we alluded to, was one of the worst Raws that came out. I mean, the only good thing that I felt came from it was that it furthered the storyline, in my opinion, of the 6-man tag at SummerSlam. At the end of the night, the Bloodline was left in the ring with their ones up, but Seth did tease Jacob Fatu in the future, which I am interested to see. If you guys didn't pay attention to it, Seth said that Fatu was given orders not to touch Seth Rollins. But at the end, after the dust is settled, if they want to go at it, they will go at it. So other than that, I felt as though Raw was just a waste of time. They once again did this whole Otis, thing with Maxine or whatever, which I just it's not working for me. Danhausen got himself a SummerSlam match with JD, and
he got Dom at SummerSlam.
He got Dom. Excuse me, he got Dom.
He got Dom.
My bad.
Listen,
I am a Danhausen fan.
You're the problem.
I'm a Danhausen fan. However, I'm almost done with the gimmick. Like, it's funny. I enjoy it. I it's like R-Truth on steroids. But bro. So that happened. JD McDonough was fed to Obafemi, which was just, I felt bad for the dude. I felt bad.
Pause right there. Just like I've said for months, when Oba's not dealing with Brock, they feeding him bullshit. Excuse my language.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, y'all didn't want to hear it. They have turned Oba into Goldberg. Y'all don't want to hear it, but it's there. It's in your face.
Yep.
It's right there.
And there are so many ways they could go with him. So many things they could do, but they're so busy. And they talked and again, Unreal spoiler. They talk about it with him, right? And they talk about the concern on whether he'll whatever. And then somebody says, "Put a rocket ship on him." Great.
Yeah.
The same rocket ship we put on Jay.
What do you put? You put a same rocket ship you put on Breaker, and then he got hurt. Now we're like, he's in limbo land too.
Breaker shouldn't be in limbo land. Breaker's healthy. Breaker should not be stuck in a damn tag team. Breaker should be setting up a feud with Roman.
Yes.
Breaker should be there.
See Breaker with Roman. I want to see Breaker with Jacob. I want to see Breaker.
Yes.
They made it. We talking a lot. We talking a lot about Unreal, and literally episode 1, they're talking about how he can't believe Roman is doing this for him, and they made it clear Roman believes in you.
Yes.
Roman would not be doing this if he didn't believe in you.
Yes. Yes.
Why is this kid stuck where he's stuck?
He's in fashion.
Okay. So here is my retort to that. Okay, when Braun Breaker came up and came out, whatever case may be, I feel as though he needed some type of coaching, some type of framing, if you will. That frame was supposed to be Seth and the Vision. Okay. Unfortunately, they've gotten hurt. It hasn't materialized. I can't hate the plan when the plan was decent. My issue is they failed to adjust and pivot. This is my issue.
This is my issue, and you're not wrong. They failed to pivot. This is my issue. And again, if you haven't watched Unreal, we spoiling the hell out of it. We apologize. It's still worth the watch.
Everybody, I warned him.
Literally, when Seth got hurt, I literally watched creative say, should we go with somebody new or should we go with somebody who's been here and established it? You should have went with somebody new.
Yeah.
You should have did it then.
Mm-hmm.
Punk, you could have worked your way. Punk was going to get that title eventually. You could have worked your way to it. You didn't need to put the title on him there. You should have fed the title to Braun. I said it then. I literally said it then. When he walked out and had Seth's title, when he pulled up the next weekend, was in that suit and had Seth's title, it looked natural. Just put the gold on him for a minute. You just gave Sami Zayn a 9-day title run. You trying to tell me Braun Breaker couldn't get 2 weeks?
Right.
You could have had lightning in a bottle right there, and you didn't even give it a chance because Punk gave us the option to go wherever we wanted. So did Braun. Because what you were saying, what they were saying without saying it was the plan was Seth Roman. Mm-hmm. We can go Punk Roman. That's what they were saying. You could have still got the Punk Roman for the title. You could have let the kid hold the title through Rumble or something to see if it would work. Like, it's the stuff like that. And that right there, serious, should put fear in you for what they're going to do with Oba.
Well, but I think the other thing that we are saying that, you know, we also have all these injuries, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they talk about it in Unreal, spoiler alert. It wasn't, how can we elevate the talent we currently have on the rosters? It was, who can we bring up?
Yeah.
So there was no dialogue on the current roster that was healthy, doing great things, etc., etc. We've got Dom Mysterio, who's been peak for how long? Like, the man is killing it, and we couldn't elevate him. We've got Mello, who had already been paying his dues on SmackDown. We couldn't elevate him. You know, we've talked about how much JD McDonough has done, that he was ready for more. We're not going to elevate him. I mean, there's a list of guys on Blue and Red Brand and women, but we're not gotten there yet, that they couldn't, like, and the conversation they were talking about was when the injuries happened. It wasn't, and you can see it, it wasn't talking about Rumble. It was then they talked about who they bring up from Rumble to elevate them because of the injuries. And that's where I think I was the most disappointed. It wasn't who we have that's in a great spot that we can elevate them now, already on the show, already on a brand, that they paid their dues and they're ready to go. It was, okay, everybody's hurt. Y'all all suck. Who can we bring up from NXT that we can put a rocket ship on?
And my disappointment with that is,
I'm not mad at that, but I see where you're coming from.
But
it should have been both.
Correct.
Yeah, but the disappointment I have in that is everybody we loved that originally came up from NXT back in the day that are now stars. Triple H made them kids. It's Shawn now, but back then it was Triple H.
Yeah.
And it's like, dog, you know what you're doing. Just do it. We've seen exactly. We've seen you do it. And I think the issue is, and I know it's not all his fault because he got so many more responsibilities. Hunter got to get people around him that he can trust to do the job so that he can focus more on elevating some of his talent. He can't be in charge of literally everything. And clearly, it's very clear that you got guys in that creative room that you don't 100% trust.
Not at all.
Yeah, so it's like, yo, get some people that you trust so you can spend more time, because you got talent everywhere. You're the biggest company in the world.
Yep.
Let me ask you this question again. I mean, we can sit here, we can move. Is it Triple H's issue? Or is he getting phone calls and emails and stuff from TKO and they're forcing the issue?
I don't think TKO is forcing him to bring people from NXT and not elevate people he has. See, that's the thing we've done, because we know TKO has put their hands in a bunch of stuff, is we've given him that as a crutch. And we can't give him that as a crutch for everything. Yeah. There are certain things that we know. Forcing Brock Lesnar back. Pat McAfee and Jelly Roll. There are certain things that you see and you just know TKO did that.
Sure.
Getting your roster, having injuries on your roster and immediately saying, well, I need to bring up NXT talent, that's not a TKO call.
No. And that's the thing, is that everybody being hurt. Yes, there was a giant amount of injury in a small amount of time. Like, literally in a 2-month time frame, 3 of the 5 Vision guys were taken out, and the Bronze were taken out within 2 weeks of each other. Like, but that's how quick.
But let me ask you this question too, as as just playing devil's advocate, are the people or the talent that Triple H brought up incorrect?
No. Because here's what I'll say.
Yes.
So we know there's going to be injury, right? Seth says this, that he, and again, spoiler, Seth makes mention after his shoulder injury. He said, I felt like I was a spot where I was looking that I might not have too much longer.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So even Seth, who is the younger of the old guys, is feeling and understanding that he is prone to injury. We've talked about that on this show so many times. Like, y'all, when I tell you I love Seth Rollins, y'all know I love Seth Rollins. The reality is he is accident prone. That's why he was able to pull off a fake injury last year, because we weren't shocked. There was no shock for us. We're like, what do you mean he's hurt again? Okay, whatever, right? So they know there's an issue, right? We know Randy Orton's been hurt more than once. We know that there's a pattern of injury happening. We also know we have a good amount of people in the mid-cards, and it's going back to the mid-cards, that we could be developing so that if there is an injury, I planned ahead. It's called succession planning. Like, anybody in business knows that you got to have a succession plan. But the problem is they're not planning for something to happen. So they are developing the mids so that the mids that are ready to go to the mains, when they're like, okay, Mello, let's go. You've already carried the mid title. We got an injury. I need you to step into a storyline. I need to take you into something versus who, Solo versus Cody. I don't care who, whatever, right? You cooked for a year and a half on SmackDown. Now's your time to shine. They didn't even look at Mello. They're like, oh no, we got to pull people up from NXT. We got people that are hurt.
That's the
thing, dude,
man.
Carried an entire summer of SummerSlam, and they didn't even consider him.
Injuries on a roster this deep it should have been looked up as a good thing, as an opportunity. You got so many talents. When Seth, I keep going back to when Seth got hurt. Even if you didn't put that title on Braun, you could have had a tournament or something. You could have had some of these young kids knock off some of these superstars, and somebody surprise and win that title, and now you've elevated a whole generation of wrestlers. Now you could have had a Trick Williams going to a tournament and knock off a CM Punk. You could have had Solo Sikoa going to the tournament and knock off Jay.
Yes,
you could have did anything, but you didn't. You found a way to put Jay and Punk in a championship match that everybody in the world knew Jay wasn't going to win.
Yeah.
Right. There was no question.
So you made it. Not only did you make it obvious, you didn't elevate not one person. If you would have, they did have a tournament for that title, right? Is that how we got to Jay and Punk?
Yeah. No.
Or they just put them together.
They just put them in there.
Yeah.
See, you could have had a tournament. You could have had a Braun beat up somebody that was a super. You could have had all these young guys knock out in tournament style every one of these old superstars.
Yep.
And now you've elevated everybody. Now you got a deep roster that's believable.
And you're passing the torch, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're showing why they're going where they're going. So we have all these great, and Solo's another great example. Solo should be understandably in the main event, but now we've got him in tags. He's going back to the bloodline. He's not going to be main event.
Solo should be in a situation where he's feuding with Cody and Punk, and he should be able to beat them for that title.
And it'd be believable.
Exactly. You've wasted Solo. You're trying to correct it, but you're currently wasting Jacob. Like, you've completely, just last season of Unreal, all we heard was we're gonna put a rocket on Jay's back. That rocket's gone.
They went.
Yeah, Jimmy is just basically a comedy act at this point.
He really is.
So basically,
the bloodline takes for everybody. He takes all the pain.
Exactly.
Yep.
So basically,
he's the Alexa Bliss of Bloodline now.
Exactly. But we all talk about how much TV time the Bloodline get and how big the Bloodline is. Literally, the Bloodline is Roman, and a teeny bit because they're trying to correct it. Jacob, you don't take Jay serious. If Jay went out there one-on-one with any champion right now, you're not picking Jay.
Nope.
Jimmy can't even get a mid-card title shot.
No,
so it's like
can't.
It's Roman, it's Jacob.
Yep,
that's it.
And Solo when he comes in too, he's going to step back. He's literally going to step back.
Solo should have been a champion by now. Solo should have been in the conversation. Solo should have been in the conversation for Seth's title when Seth got hurt.
But they waited too long to do it. They put him in MFT to put over. Why is my brain going completely?
Tonga.
Thank you. No. They brought the other MFT to put over Wyatt 6.
Wyatt 6. Yeah, my fault.
So they put it in that instead of letting him to continue to ride to where he was going to be. They're like, it's okay. We need you to rescue this other faction. So we're going to give you your own faction and see what you do.
The first show on Netflix was Roman Solo, and you believe Solo could win that match.
Yes.
and now if you put him in there with Roman, nobody's picking that kid.
And now Solo's coming from underneath the mat to throw a chair in and running out of the ring like this. That's what he's been relegated to. Yep.
And even with everything Solo's doing, you could fix that in a day, and people will believe it because people want to believe in Solo.
People love
everybody. Everybody loves Solo,
and
that's my problem.
Yep, and not to fault the guys they brought up from NXT because Oba's got a rocket ship, right?
Mm-hmm.
Trick is doing really well in that mids with the belt. I think it's solid for him, but I think the reality is they could have brought them up and put them at the beginning, and all the names we've been talking about, Solo Sikoa, Dom Mysterio, that we Finn Balor BTW. Like, we know we can go. He's incredible. There are some big names that we could have, mediums and big names that could have been elevated back into the main event category that we could have seen incredible things since last year that they're hidden. But we're going to bring new guys up and just say, let me step on your back and 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 put you in these spots.
It just doesn't make sense. The only person you needed to bring up was Ova. You didn't need to bring up a gang of people. And I'll give you Trick if you want to say Trick, because Trick, you didn't need to bring up Soul yet. You didn't need to. You didn't need to. Like, Oba is it. And we keep talking about the rocket ship. We having short-term memory loss or something because the rocket that's on Oba's back literally was on Braun Breaker's back. Maybe not to this extent, but it was on Braun's back.
Yep.
And now look, now look exactly. Oba is a pulled hamstring away from being where Braun Breaker is right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The rocket ship means nothing to this company. Jay was literally, they got a whole episode on Unreal talking about we're going to strap a rocket to his back and just go. Nothing about Jay's character has changed. Nothing about his popularity has went down. None of that. And look at where Jay's at right now.
Yep.
It's like,
well, and let's talk about Javon Evans. They brought him up at the same time. And he's right where he should be for being somebody that came up from NXT. He's at the beginning of the mids. That's where he should be. So we're doing it right with him.
Mm-hmm.
But you're not, because you've shown that these kids you bring up need to be ready to be high-level stars right away.
Yeah.
So they're doing what they should be doing with Javon, but they've done something different with everybody else. Now we're looking at Javon like, damn, Javon, you behind.
Yep. And he gets TV time every week. So again, we have the same problem in the men's and the women's division. The difference is we're putting no time into the women's division. We got zero time for the women.
That's the default. When you ain't got nothing to do with them, just don't put them on TV. That's the default.
Yeah.
And additionally, let's talk about, not only did we bring people up from NXT, Mrs. Simmons came up, right? Doing good things. Mm-hmm. That's great. We brought back some icons, right? We got the Bellas back. We got Paige back. And we're botching that. Like, we're
botching that to the umpteenth degree. Good God.
So we have all these, and they're teasing, and we saw it. I've seen on social, and we know they've kind of been teasing and playing a little bit, and I think that's how they get Dom out of it. They've teased that Paige Dom thing. Yeah. So then Liv's next person is her versus Paige.
It's Paige, which is what I wanted in the first place.
Okay, but what do we do with Stephanie? Does Stephanie go into limbo then? And what about the whole thing we've been teasing now for a year and a half with Liv Raquel or Liv Roxanne? Like, and they're healthy, by the way. Roxanne and Raquel are healthy, by the way. So why wouldn't we do the gimmies, i.e. Carmelo and Trick, i.e. Liv and Raquel or Liv and Roxanne? Let's do one more thing to muddy the waters that just doesn't seem to make sense.
Because you're using common sense and they don't use a lot of that.
That. He said that
like, it's like everything is right there and it's all easy to do.
Yes. And if they gave it to us, even if we got it for a month, one of those things that led to the next PLE or a couple, like it just, we have so many things that are just left up in the air that instead of taking the right direction of what's already been built with the current roster, the decision is, well, let's just bring somebody else in. Mm-hmm. So then what's going to happen in 2 weeks? We're going to be like, wow, I can't believe they cut blah, blah, blah. Like Creed Brothers, I'm sure Creed Brothers are gone, right?
Yeah.
Los Garzas, probably, although they're doing great in AAA. We already know Bailey, Sheamus. We've got so many others that we're going to see gone. I wouldn't be surprised if we lose Ivy now. I think that
we haven't seen her in a while either.
She does now. I will tell y'all, she does almost every dark match. Every week on Raw, she does almost every dark match. So we've seen her consistently in dark matches before Raw every week. So she's working. She's just not getting TV time. I think that Nat is in NXT to keep from getting cut. And I think that's because she's a legacy and she is working with new talent that they're like, let me bring you into here to put a bubble on you so they don't cut you.
I don't think they cut her anyway. I think what they would do with Natty, I mean, is exactly what they're doing, but take her from TV and just make her a coach because she's a damn good teacher. Damn good teacher.
They don't care about that. You know that. They don't care about that.
Sean does.
That's why she's in NXT.
Yeah, which, like you said, to your point, that's why she's down there.
That's why she's there. But I think we've already seen the reality is no matter how influential you are and how much of a difference you make, if you're not cheap and making us money, which I think is the other reason why they're going to elevate NXT people, because if I can get you in a new contract making less money, but I can put you on more TV time, and you're less expensive to me than a guy that's in a mid card that I overpromise and am under delivering with him, I can cut him and I'm getting a better profit. My return on investment is better if I didn't give you a big deal, but you're doing big things.
Exactly.
But in a year, you're in the same spot because that person's going to be a star and going to want their money.
They're going to want to get paid.
Not if they're in a 4-year contract. Not if when you bring them up, you sign them for a 3, 4, or 5-year deal.
But I think them kids are hip to that. They're not going to do that. I don't think they're going. I don't think none of them kids going to sign a 3-4 year deal making small money when you have options now. It's not just WWE.
It's small money, but they're not making big money. They're not making big money.
Yeah.
There's no way they're making big money.
I mean, I'm not sure what their pockets are like. I'm sure Trick is doing all right for himself. I'm sure Trick's doing all right. I'm sure Ethan Page,
Oba's definitely doing all right. He the biggest thing in the company behind Roman, Seth, Punk, and Cody. Oba's right there.
Right.
Yes. However, I don't think that I knew they expected him to do big things. You can see that on the show. I don't think they expected him to get this big this fast. Because again, to your point, Corey, and you've been saying this now since before WrestleMania, they're putting him in a Goldberg bag.
Yep. Because like you said, they weren't expecting this. So now, and we've seen that when they get something that's unexpected, they panic. They don't know what the hell to do. Yep. So now you're going to feed Oba the whole damn roster.
And have him throwing JD McDonough, into the upper deck.
Yeah. So by time he gets to Roman at, let's call it Mania, by the time he gets to Roman at Mania and he dethrones him, we all know if Roman goes all the way to Mania and only takes small little breaks here and there, Roman leaving after Mania. So you ain't going to have a return match for a while.
Yep.
What do you do with him? He didn't beat everybody.
But that's why you can't, and we're going to say this again, you can't give him Oba in Mania. It's going to have to be, we need to see the Oba Braun Breakers. We need to see the Oba Jacob Fatu.
I tell you what I think is going to happen because from what I've been hearing, Moana is bombing.
It was the biggest failure of the year so far.
Yeah.
They think it'll be the biggest bomb of the year.
Dwayne will be back. Dwayne will be home for Mania. We're finally going to get that
all
match.
the memes too, friends.
Yeah. Dwayne coming home. When his movies bomb, he comes home. So yeah. I think we finally going to get Roman Rock.
But as bad as it bombed, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see him show up at SummerSlam.
Roman,
it won't shock me if we see him in 2 weeks.
I mean, what did Seth say at the little press conference? What is he? He said he the people's champion. If you smell what I'm cooking, but he also said if you smell what I'm cooking. Yep. So no, it wouldn't shock me. I'm actually expecting it.
Me too.
So there's a lot of ways they can go, but Oba, we all know, and I can't wait to see it. I just want them to take their time with it. Oba is next.
Yeah.
There's no escaping it.
But
it is what it is.
So we know it. Creative knows it. Oba is next. Cool. Take your time with it. What does that look like?
Here's a great example. We love long storytelling, right? We love this Roman Seth thing, right? We've loved it. That it has been years in the making, years of the build. Why aren't we looking at him and saying, okay, he is now, but he's the future, right? He's in his 20s. I think he's in the late 20s, whatever, right? We got Breaker, we got Jacob, we got all these guys too that he goes to the main and he ends up being the title holder now. Who's he fighting in 5 years? Why not drip some?
Because they seem to be recycling people. We didn't see Cena, Punk a gazillion years. We've seen Randy and
yes. So why not start doing that now with Jacob, with Solo, with Braun Breaker, with all these guys that are right there? We can revisit a trick Oba. We could do Camelo.
I would love to see that, honestly.
Because
I know, but that's the thing. We should be building that before he gets the belt, because none of the guys I just said versus Braun Breaker, which we said he'll get there, and Solo are also in the same category. So if they can start building some things now that become long-term storytelling that we can revisit again later when Oba's the champ, that makes sense. But if he's going to skip over absolutely everybody and then he's going to have to sit and wait for those guys to be elevated in a couple years, what's he going to do?
It's not the fact that he's going to skip over him, Stace. It's the fact that he's going to plow through him.
Well, they're not going to give us that. They won't give us that.
What you want from him? You want him to be
no. What I want from Oba's character is to him to have, say he gets Jacob. Give me a 3-match feud where Jacob wins.
I would love to see that, actually.
So we know Jacob can beat him.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, though. You got to give him feuds to where somebody actually beats him so that when he's champ, it's like, well, shit, he can be beat. But that's not what they're going to do, and they're showing you what they're going to do. Yep. Everybody he faces, he's going to plow through until he gets
so there'll be certain people they're not going to give him right now because they don't want to make them look weak. He won't get Jacob because they're building Jacob to be the monster again, right? He's not going to get Breaker because they're not sure what they're doing with Breaker right now. So they're not going to finally get Breaker to where he's back and healthy and then he gets squashed by Oba. They're not going to do that. So they're just not going to give us those because they don't want him to lose.
He's getting both of them.
And that's exactly
what he gets to Roman. And he's going to squash
Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. He's either getting Braun Breaker or Fatu.
He's getting both of them on his way to Roman. He's going to squash them. He's going to squash everybody in front of him, Jacob included. And he has to get Jacob
before he gets to Roman. He has to.
Exactly. Yeah. And with Jacob, it should be just like they did with Brock. Give me 3 matches. Even if Jacob only wins 1, make Jacob win that 1 clean so that we know he can beat him.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with Breaker. When you do give him Breaker, let Breaker beat him.
I think they're going to wait until Oba gets the belt before they give him Breaker because they're going to use Oba to elevate Breaker. So we're not getting Breaker before that. I could see Solo and then Jacob and then Roman. And I think that's why Solo comes back. I could see them putting Solo Oba and then Solo Jacob.
That would be that's not believable.
It doesn't have to be. They've shown us that repeatedly. It doesn't have to be. Unfortunately,
Right.
that's what. But because think about that, guys. We don't care about anything now between now and Survivor Series, and Survivor Series is not a one-on-one.
No, it's not.
Right. So then the next big thing is WrestleMania. We've got Rumble, which is also not a one-on-one. We have Elimination Chamber that's also not a one-on-one. So Oba's gonna win. Oba's gonna win Rumble this year.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
To fight Roman at Mania. So they don't care what they give us as main events for the next 6 months. They really don't. Because none of the things really that happen in the next 6 months in our September PLE, our October PLE, November Survivor Series, they're not worried about that. So they don't care if they give us Solo and we don't love it because it just won't be a main event. Because if Oba doesn't have a belt, Roman's the one fighting, or whoever has the belt from Punk, whether it's Punk or Cody or whatever, those are going to be our main events in September and October. So they throw Oba in as the opening because that's what they're showing us they're doing. He's the first hour of the PLE every time. They give him whomever, and that's what they do.
They've boxed themselves into a corner, man. I've been saying it for a couple months.
Yep.
I've been saying it for months. I've been saying it since before Mania because I didn't want them to give him Brock at Mania. Now you boxed yourself into a corner. He's either fighting Brock or he's squashing little dudes. And after Brock, it's gonna go from the JD McDonoughs to the Jimmy and Jays to the Bronson when he comes back to the Logan when he comes back. He's gonna run through the whole roster. And
he's going to go through the whole bloodline, Corey, and I think that's where you're missing. There to get him to Roman at Mania next year, he's got to run through the bloodline, and that's what he'll do starting in September till next year.
Isn't that what you said that you wanted him to do?
I don't want him to because I don't think he should get Roman yet.
Run through the bloodline to get to Roman.
I don't think he runs through the bloodline this year, Stacey. I don't think he runs through the bloodline till after he wins the Rumble. On the way to Mania, because he's not a threat to Roman right now, so it's no reason for the bloodline to even be involved. He's not a threat because he hasn't earned a title shot. He gave it away.
Right?
So there's no fear of Roman.
Run through the bloodline between February and April.
That's where you're wrong, Stacey. You've seen this creative. Oh, he can run through all of them, and he can run through them in one night if they. That's just the way they built him.
Yeah.
But
I'm telling you that he's a monster. He cannot be beat. That's how they built him.
But Jacob Oba is a PLE match. It's not a Monday Night Raw match.
I would love to see that.
y'all killing me, man. You're using logic. They don't do that.
Solo Oba is a Raw match. Either of the Usos.
That'll be the one they give you on the PLE.
I'll be mad as hell. I'll be so mad. Yeah. I'll be so mad.
They've already given you Jay.
Yep.
Solo. But see, that's the thing. I think we're all in the agreement that Solo is gonna go back. We might all be wrong. Solo might not go back.
And then we get Solo Jay.
He has no family. MFT's are gone back.
Yep, they're gone. Which we'll see them cut in 2 weeks.
What's his name? His name is Solo. He don't need nobody else.
That's right.
He don't need them.
Right.
I mean, it's only so many times my little brother can spike me before I'm just like, hey, we not welcoming this mug back. he didn't call Jimmy every week.
Now that's not true because Aaron Rodgers, after being estranged from his entire family for like 42,000 years, got back together with them. If Aaron Rodgers can do it, Solo Sikoa can do it.
Yeah, he didn't spike them every week. He just ain't talked to them.
Oh, but he kind of did.
I gotta read the stories.
Yeah, so if he can prodigal son, then so can Solo Sikoa.
I don't know.
I just think I like everything, and I hate to say this because Trav gonna love it, but everything, including the bloodline, is just watered down. Roman's outgrown the bloodline. It don't need him. I understand the character, the tribal chief. I run the family, you can run the family without this being every week they with you. It could be Roman and Jacob, and that's the end. He don't need the Usos.
I mean, it was
Solo.
Roman Solo for a while.
But you're missing one key component, Corey. And again, let me get my soapbox out like we started off the beginning of the hour. Roman knows he's not here long term. It is not, the bloodline is not together for Roman at all. The bloodline is together, so he's building the legacy. So when he is gone, the bloodline continues.
You're right.
That's why he's doing this. He's not doing this for himself, because you're right. He could be doing this by himself, and we would still be doing this every week, and we are still going to cheer and scream and cry and buy merchandise and all the things. But Roman doesn't need them. But the future of WWE needs Roman.
Yeah, but
because Roman is building the long-term storytelling with the bloodline that we need. So when he's gone in a couple years, at best, and when he takes his long-term hiatus post WrestleMania or after SummerSlam, that there's a storyline to be had. So that's why he's doing it.
I understand what you're saying, and theoretically, that's it. The first time around with the bloodline, he elevated the whole group. They're not elevated right now.
No, they're not.
Yeah, so it's like if Roman goes on, win or lose at SummerSlam, it don't matter. If he goes on and takes a couple weeks off, the bloodline's gonna look like division, doing nothing. Like outside of Jacob, nobody cares.
Yep.
Like I'm not sure because Roman did put he gave Jacob his own, Ufalafa.
Yeah.
He got his own Ufalafa, Fula.
Ufalafa. So I mean, perhaps
but the story Jacob. But none of their stories have been built up enough to survive with Roman not there for a couple weeks. Like, okay, case in point, Roman wasn't there Monday. The whole show was trash. You don't care about the bloodline segment. Okay, it furthered the 6-man tag, but you could have done without it.
Yeah, we didn't need it furthered because we knew it was going to
be. Yeah.
Like, so, and that's what I'm saying. Roman's not there, so they have to go and put the other 3 in a 6-man tag because they haven't told enough of a story with these 3 dudes for any of them to have a one-on-one match.
Well, but that's why
I can't say that because this whole LA Knight business where he's attacking and trying to get rid of the whole bloodline. For as much as we dragged LA Knight, I understand his position in this particular situation because his whole mission, his whole character is trying to dismantle the bloodline.
Yep, and has been.
His whole character.
So they
but we know the way that happens going to that's the next thing after SummerSlam is Solo versus LA. Because Solo's going to turn and go to the bloodline, and so LA Knight's going to be like, "I had your back, man, and you turned on me." So
and
we
where
know
does that
that's
leave
the next
Jacob?
thing. Open to go against Oba.
No, it'll be Jacob Royce Keys.
Then why didn't you do it at SummerSlam?
Exactly.
You could have had the twins versus Solo and LA Knight. You could have still had the same outcome. You could have had Jacob and Royce Keys. You didn't need a 6-man tag. You got a 6-man tag because you haven't told enough of a story that you feel comfortable putting any of them one-on-one at SummerSlam.
I'm seeing again. I need you to watch SmackDown. This whole Royce Keys,
yes, I understand. No, I've been watching all that. Their story of how they was close and they basically
If they want 1v1, it's believable because it works.
It's not about being believable. It's not about being believable. That's not what I'm saying. Creative clearly ain't confident enough in their own storytelling to say, "Hey, we can send these dudes out here for a one-on-one and people will care."
This is not about being believable. Match. Yep.
Yeah, it's not about being believable.
Yep.
It's believable because they got a history. But creative hasn't done a good enough storytelling. Like, okay, say 80% of the WWE universe is like me. They watching Netflix, but they not watching SmackDown every week. On Monday Night Raw, they have not told you enough of that story to say let them 2 dudes go one-on-one. But they've told it on SmackDown. They told it on SmackDown.
SmackDown though, because that's where they're at.
But they're not. No, Jacob's on Raw.
I mean, Jacob's on Raw. Yeah, I get
so,
that.
So you should be. So when you're showing these highlight packages from SmackDown and you showing what Jacob did, you should explain to the Raw audience why it's a big deal Jacob did that. But you haven't.
And that's all they need to do.
Exactly.
That's all they need to do.
I can't disagree with you there. I mean,
same thing with. I got a feeling they're gonna fumble Nick Aldis. All they gotta do on SmackDown and Raw is tell you who the hell Nick Aldis is. And if they don't do that, they fumbled it, because now you're looking at Gunther like, if you're not a history buff or if you're not a big time diehard wrestling fan, why the hell is Gunther facing the GM, and why should we believe the GM could beat him?
Right.
So you gotta tell the story.
Also, because you're right. How long has it been since Nick Aldis has been in the ring? Because that's the other piece of that. And I know we're kind of transitioning a little bit with this match. If you're a newer fan, you don't know that Nick Aldis was a heavy hitter.
But not even if you just
no idea.
If you I only watch WWE and that's it. You don't know who the hell Nick Aldis is.
You don't know who he is, right? You just think he's this super hot dude in a suit that's on Friday Night. Daddy Nick.
I'm not going to agree with that. Yeah, I'm not agree with that.
Listen, I get enough hashtag sorry Stacey's. I can say Daddy Nick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm not. yeah, but you were saying it. You was talking and I was shaking my head agreeing with you, and then you veered off to the left. I can't be shaking my head.
Oh no, I'm a straight and narrow. So, but the reality is you're right that there's been not enough put down on that it makes it super believable for Gunther.
Exactly.
Right. I mean, that's probably one of the matches I'm looking forward to, because I don't know who Daddy Nick is. I was on my breakup. I was on my breakup. I didn't see him wrestle, but I love the storyline enough that, I'm here for it. And it's about time, because they've just been doing stupid stuff with Gunther since they made him the career killer. Whatever. But this will be a good match. Yep. But again,
what's unreal, man. I mean, I'm so mad at how they fumbled him. Oh my God.
Oh, I know.
He could have caught.
I know.
Oh my jeez.
Like,
I'm not gonna 100%. I put the career killer on them fumbling him, but as far as them like outside of the career killer, I can't blame them, because certain guys just didn't want to work with him. He's on SmackDown because Roman said no. Like, as much as we love Roman, but Roman said no. Like,
which I mean, here's the thing.
Brock said no. Like, I haven't seen it, but I've seen everything online. They didn't even cover Brock's retirement at Mania. You want to know why? Because it was real. Brock was done. They forced Brock to come back.
I'm so glad you said that. I'm so glad you said it, because I was like, there were a couple things that were misses and covered, and that if that doesn't tell you that Brock was like, I'm done, I'm out for real, and then they were like, hold up, you're gonna pay us some money if you don't come back.
Yeah,
it was for real, because if it was a work, they would have addressed it, and we watched. Aaron and I've been through the whole thing. Yep. They don't say a word. They show excerpts from it, even towards the end in one of the other episodes. Nothing. They said nothing. So we know that tells us all we need to know, that Brock taking his boots off and walking out was not a work. It was 100% legit. And then they went, oh heck no, absolutely not.
Because
he realized that what he thought was doing by putting Oba over was putting him in a trick bag. One of those two things, or both of those things, are the reason why.
I think it's more the first and the last one, because if they put them in the trick bag, they could have worked that in.
Yep.
I think he was like, "Oh, I'm really? All right, I'm done. It's a wrap. And they were like, you know what? You just split the money in your head. Give me some of that joint back."
Yep.
Like, hold on a second.
Because everybody knows that Gunther went on multiple platforms and said that was his dream match. Then they turned Gunther into the career killer, and everybody knows Gunther versus Brock was the original plan for SummerSlam. Everybody knows that.
Who's Gunther wrestling at SummerSlam?
Nick Aldis. That's a pivot.
And who's Brock wrestling? And who's Brock wrestling at SummerSlam?
Yeah, he's wrestling Oba. because Brock got his way. Brock said, "I'm out."
Mm-hmm.
He did what he wanted to do. He put the one kid over he believed in.
Yep.
And he was like, "I'm done." And as you see, since he's been back, since he's retired, he's only worked with one person. I'm here to put
I'm
him
only here for him.
And that's it.
And you're going to make me come back, and I'm still going to have him put me over, and I'm not letting anybody else do it. Additionally, Ope is also the person that Cena called out last year and said, he's it. And he talks about that. Spoiler, Ope talks about how much Cena's put into him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Villain distracted me with all that hate. He just hates Brock Lesnar. Brock can do nothing. He just hates. Stop hating the man, all right? The man's giving you 20 years of great entertainment. He took his boots off because he was done.
He was done. And then they said,
absolutely
not.
Yeah, he
and they said, no, you're not.
He wants to go home to the farm, man. He don't want to be here no more. So
yep, he got to go home and stable up. He doesn't want to do this anymore.
It's as simple as this, man. So the build's been trashed to SummerSlam. We're 2 weeks away. You got to tell everybody. Speaking of Nick Aldis and Gunther, you got 2 weeks to explain Nick Aldis' history, and I got a feeling they're not going to do that. I got a feeling they're going to fumble that. You got
okay. Go ahead, Corey. And I was just going to say, and also we have a 5-way match for the interim, and we didn't have that match on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, we had no match on Monday Night Raw.
They're not.
We didn't do a women's match for that. We had 3 more spots to fill.
Because they're only doing SmackDown women, so they only gonna put those matches on SmackDown.
Right.
So now you gotta have you have 2 weeks to give us 3 matches. That's all they need, villain, is a video package. But you gotta explain who Nick Aldis is. Just like I said, you gotta explain the history between Royce Keys and Jacob.
Yes.
Jacob,
on both, but you gotta do it on both shows because SummerSlam is gonna be watched by people that watch either show, not necessarily both of them. So when you explain who Nick Aldis is on Friday, you got to turn around and do it again on Monday. When you got Jacob beating the hell out of Royce on Friday and you telling us why it's a big deal, you got to tell us on Monday too, because everybody's not watching both shows. And that is part of the reason why we got a 6-man tag instead of what would have been a hell of a matchup between Royce and Jacob.
Seen it, man. It would have been. It would have cooked.
Well, we're spending a whole lot of time on both shows, but predominantly the red brand. When we come back from a stupid commercial, we're going to recap what we just saw 3 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Why are we doing that? We could be recapping what we had on SmackDown.
Because Stacey.
Or here's an idea: give me a promo.
Yes, you mean the ones they hide on commercial breaks?
Give me a promo.
Or you could.
Lyra had a promo. Soruka had a promo. I had them both sent to me.
Yep.
But here's a crazy idea: what you could do when you come back for a commercial. I mean, give me a wrestling match. It is a wrestling show.
I mean
that's a crazy. Yeah, it's a crazy idea. I know, but Jesus.
How dare you?
Like you went to a commercial break promo and you set up a SummerSlam Intercontinental title match that you could, if you would have did it on TV, would have just walked us right into that match.
Yep.
Sol Ruka and Nikki Cross Jr.
Lyra, yeah. Which, by the way, also, and I know we kind of barely touched this, but Lyra put it out of the bag that Bayley's not coming back on a commercial promo.
Said she sent her up out of there.
Send her out of there.
On a commercial promo. How do you put that out on a commercial promo?
You know
what? Her contract's up at the end of the year, and she is not renewed.
I don't know.
She won't be back after SummerSlam.
They don't usually throw out lines like that for people they actually let leave. They might have something in the works with Bayley, and they're gonna keep her off TV for a little while to swerve it.
I would love to swerve.
Me too, but they don't usually.
Brian, how you doing, big dog?
They don't usually throw out lines like, "Oh, I sent not to somebody that's that beloved. Oh, I sent her packing, and she's really leaving." They don't usually. They didn't even do that. Like Sasha walked out. They didn't bury Sasha. Yeah, but what I'm saying is they didn't bury Sasha every week, or they didn't have promos of wrestlers talking about Sasha. They let Sasha just roll. There is no
No, they
higher
don't.
tier of villain
No,
because
there
I
is
got
no-
the
hey,
highest
villain.
tier.
Yeah, I've got the highest tier, and here's the reality. As of the beginning of this year, even the international package, there are only select few that have access to that. That's why we only see content creators put out, look, this is what I saw.
Mhm.
Because we were in, and I pay the max for Netflix.
So
We
do
were
I.
in Europe for 3 weeks, and I pay the max on Netflix, and we saw every single promo or every single commercial. I was like, well, apparently commercials don't matter if you're overseas. We're still getting commercials.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I got the highest level of Netflix, and I didn't think about it for at least a couple months when they was on there. And I was like, wait a minute. We're not supposed to be seeing this. We paying for
Right.
no commercials.
Right. So commercials overseas are still happening. So I mean, that's another thing that we can talk for another day. But I feel pretty confident they are giving it to certain people.
Get that VPN, man. Check out one of our promoters, man.
SummerSlam is next Saturday, right?
Next Saturday, next Sunday.
So next week.
Oh, the 2 weeks, or the first and second and third, whatever that.
It's the first and second.
Next
First
Saturday,
and
next
second.
Sunday.
Yeah.
Yep.
Next Saturday, Sunday. So next week we're gonna preview a show, and we're gonna talk about how they're only giving us 5 matches on each night.
No, right now there are 8 confirmed. I'm looking at them now. There are 8 confirmed.
You about to get 2 more.
We're about to get
more?
Probably 4 more.
No. You're hoping you get 4 more.
We get 4. We get 4 more.
I don't know where you're getting them from. Where are you getting them from?
We still got to do Trick and something, so that's gonna get confirmed.
Trick and Baron,
Trick and whatever the case may be.
Lyra Soul.
So there's another one.
Now find 2 more.
They'll find 2 more.
No. Find 2 more. There ain't 2 more.
There's 2 more.
You got a 5-woman ladder match. You got a 6-man tag. That's what? 11. That's 11 talent right there.
Are the women's tags or men's tags being defended?
The women's tag, no. Not right yet. And we
could potentially get Fatal Influence versus Bella and Paige and bring Nikki Bella back and do that. Like, we could get that because that's just what they like to do, is repeat stupid stuff.
Somebody need to tell me.
Which tag? We got Damian Priest and R-Truth, or we got War Raiders. No, Division. Excuse me, Division.
No, there's a Vision, but again, why? Okay, can I just say, I will be so mad if we get all these other cuts and War Raiders survive again.
I mean,
I thought y'all told me they were doing work in AAA.
Where's Villain when I need him, man?
I thought y'all told me the War Raiders was doing work in AAA.
No.
AAA
work.
No. That's what I'm saying though. They was good in AAA, right?
Yeah.
Then they'll go right back down there. They ain't cutting them.
Allegedly.
True. Damian Priest is down there to avoid the cut.
Yeah. So, okay. I mean, here's the other thing, though. I will be so surprised if we get 4 more. Because
4 more.
Because ESPN has already said that they didn't like the length of the pillar PLEs. They were too long. And ESPN is not going to give up commercial time.
Well, maybe they should just stop putting Obafemi opening the damn show and give him a longer match when it counts.
Can't give him a longer match. The only person you got him in the ring with is Brock.
And he's like, I'm doing 5 minutes.
Yeah, Brock said, I'm going to give you the hits. I'm going to give you the classics, and we going to get up out of here.
Get up out of here.
I am excited to see, because everybody's talking about, it's going to be the quickest Hell in a Cell. I don't think so. I think that Hell in a Cell going to be brutal. I think it's going to be at least 8-9 minutes, which is a marathon for Brock.
Yeah, that's an hour.
Are we going to count 3 of those minutes as his walk down and his intro?
No. I'm saying besides the intro, I think the match we going to get 8-9 minutes match time.
Which is longer, both intros of the match?
Oh, both intros for sure. That intro is going to take at least 15 minutes.
Are y'all ready though? Because let's be honest, you're ready to get a Hell in a Cell match in the first hour that's on cable TV?
Yeah, because I conditioned myself to know that was coming when they announced the other main event. When I saw Cody Punk, I said, "Oh, that's opening the show." Hell in a Cell opening the show.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Cody Punk is main event in night one.
Yep.
It has to.
Mm-hmm.
We got a heel turn to happen.
Okay,
Facts.
she gone. She gone. So this show has been brought to you by my trigger finger is sharp today, man. I'm not playing with y'all with this heel stuff.
All I know.
Spoiler alert. All I'm gonna say to you, Aaron, is you heard the entire dialogue on episode 5 when they talked about, and they were like, Hayes was like, what do we need to do? And Levesque was like, crowd may decide he's a heel. Let him cook. Let him do what he wants to do. If that happens, let him do what he wants to do. And Hayes said, go out and do whatever you want. Whatever you want. So there's no way that they would have put that in Unreal if they didn't want to plant the seed.
And look when they released it. They not stupid.
And look when they released it, just before SummerSlam. I'm telling you.
Not villain serious. All I'm saying is this is gonna be the rule for the first night of coverage when we come on here. You ain't allowed to kick nobody out because you were wrong. And you're gonna have to eat this.
Yeah, because we are gonna be celebrating. I mean, confetti. I mean, we're gonna be popping.
Me and Villa gonna be in there doing the show by ourselves if it happens. I'm letting you know that now.
All I know is
doing the show by ourselves. Ain't nobody gonna be in there.
You and I can do it separately then, Corey.
all I know is my name in my nameplate is gonna say thank you, Raheem. It's gonna say.
Wait, we both gotta say "told you so."
Oh, it's definitely going. Yeah, my nameplate gonna be pretty long. Night one of SummerSlam.
That's right. Same. But that's why it's gonna close the show. They wouldn't. I mean, think about that, Aaron. They would not have put that in Unreal and still call him QB1, which that's what I was telling you, Corey. Is that's what they talk about? Is that he's charged to carry the whole thing, right? And then it went off the rails. There is no reason why they put that in there. Because why else would Paul Levesque say, if the fans want to turn him heel, it's just going to happen? Why would he say that?
I mean, he says that all the time.
You're stuttering. You're stuttering.
I'm not doing that.
He would not say that if they were worried about him being turned a heel. They wouldn't say that if they were worried about him turning to a heel.
Dylan, come get your peoples, man. I'm about to kick them all out, bro. Come get your peoples.
Unreal is used. Yes, it's behind the scenes. They do a good job, but there are instances where it is used to touch on to further stories.
Absolutely, scripted.
They edit in a way so hey, we probably gonna go here, and they released it at a time where Unreal is always released right before a big PLE.
For a reason. And also that's why I think it goes back to what I said at the beginning. That's why I think we don't have hardly any more time with Punk.
Yep.
Because why was he the most highlighted of this entire season? The most highlighted.
It was Punk and AJ for a good portion.
Because last year was John. For the most part, last year was John, and they knew John was leaving. This year's Punk, because they know something.
And it was supposed to be, the way they promoted it was going to be all about Cena's retirement tour. We got more about Punk than we did about Cena's retirement tour, and it was all last year.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's a lot to be said about that.
Yeah. Let me get you guys out of here, man. It's been a crazy show, man. The hour and a half has flown by, man. We touched on everything that we need to touch on, man. Safe travel to the homie villain, man. Get back to us, and we'll see you in about a week or so, man. With that being said, Corey, get us out of here, big dog.
Y'all know what it is. See the show, like the show, share the show. We'll be back next Wednesday. Sound serious why he's wrong again. Monday night, tune in. Forever Faithful Nation 49ers podcast. We're gonna be there. You got the Total Sports Show on Tuesday, and we're gonna keep giving y'all this content. Holla at us. I'll see y'all next week.
Yes, sir, man. Appreciate you. Thanks for coming by and kicking with us, man. Miss Stacy, man, you know what to do. Get us out of here, hon.
I mean, great night. I mean, we could do this every night. We have so much to talk about, right? We could literally do this every day. See us next week on our high stakes PLE podcast, talking about next Wednesday, our predictions for SummerSlam. We also got rolling out the end of the week next week. Our junior execs coming back, all of them, and we got a guest coming on. So y'all see that at the end of the week next week before the main hits, and then you'll see us live both nights on our Hard Truths, night 1, night 2, SummerSlam, to talk about all the things that we can say "I told you so" about.
You know what? Listen here. No, we're not doing this today. We're not doing this. No. It's your boy Sears repping that 412 and the 703, man. Such a privilege and pleasure doing this show with these two individuals on tonight, man. As they already alluded to, man, next week, man, this network is going to be locked and loaded. We got a lot of stuff coming at you fast, so definitely get in where you fit in, man. Monday, the 49ers. Tuesday, back to Total Sports. Wednesday will be our prediction show. And then we'll be back in the building on the 1st of August doing a live reaction show to when Cody Rhodes remains a face. That's all I'm gonna say. He is not turned. I swear for goodness, man. I'm not doing that, man. This show is brought to you by the good folks at Pro Meat, man. As I said earlier, get over to the website, use our exclusive code Executives2026, get 50% off your purchase, man. Check out the blogs, the website, the merchandise. We got affiliate partners, man. Everything from WWEshop.com, 49ers, Fanatics, man. We got it all, man. We're doing big things, man. Duets, Catalina Crunch, NordVPN, man. We're selling water to a well. We're selling ice to Eskimos, man. We're doing it all, man. So I'm definitely excited about that. Special shout out to our friends for rocking with us, man. All our friends at Nonsense These Thoughts podcast, the Wrestling Mamas. I think Stacey may be jumping on with them here in a little bit, talking about everything about women's wrestling. The Playbook podcast, man. All in sports, man. Everybody who's been rocking with us, man. I always close up my shows like this, man. God is good, even though sometimes people are not, man. God bless. Catch you guys on the next one. Peace.